Letting go of someone is one of the hardest decisions we can make in life. No matter how aware we are that it is the best choice for us, there is always something inside us that resists and keeps us tied. Carl Jung, the visionary who transformed modern psychology, offered us a fascinating perspective on this process, showing us that letting go is not just an act of renunciation, but a profound spiritual movement that allows us to reconnect with our essence. Think of a relationship that deeply marked you. Whether for better or worse, that connection, according to Jung, was not a coincidence. Every person who enters our life is a mirror, a reflection of something we carry within us, but may not have recognized. But here's the key. When that relationship no longer brings us peace, it is our unconscious that begins to send us signals. Those feelings of discomfort, of emotional exhaustion, are not coincidences. They are a call to let go. Jung taught us that our unconscious is in constant communication with us, but we rarely listen. Instead of paying attention, we choose to ignore those signals, clinging to what is familiar, even if it is destroying us. We hold on because we fear what might come next, the emptiness we believe that person will leave behind. But what if that emptiness was not something to fear, but a sacred space where something much more authentic can bloom? Imagine for a moment that you are carrying a heavy backpack. Each day you add something else, resentments, expectations, fears. That backpack represents the relationships and attachments that do not let you grow. And one day you realize the weight is unbearable. That is the moment when you decide to let go, not because you want to forget, but because you love your peace more than anything else. Letting go of someone does not mean they disappear from your life. It means releasing the energy you have invested in something that is no longer aligned with you. It is an act of courage, of self-love, and of trust that the universe has something better in store for you. Have you ever noticed that after letting go of a difficult relationship, you start to feel lighter, clearer, as if the world has more color? That is no coincidence. Jung believed that by releasing what does not belong to us, we create space for something new to enter our lives. This new energy can take the form of people, opportunities, or a deeper understanding of ourselves. When you decide to let go, you are not only freeing the other person, you are also freeing yourself. Because many times what binds us is not the person, but the emotions, memories, and projections we have placed on them. Jung said that every significant relationship is filled with symbols, and it is those symbols that truly affect us. By letting go, you are breaking those invisible chains and allowing your energy to flow freely. The key to letting go lies in looking inward. It is within us that we find the answers and the strength to move forward. But this is not easy. It requires facing our shadows, those parts of ourselves we would rather not see. Jung showed us that shadows are not something to fear, but an essential part of our being that needs to be integrated. And by doing so, we not only grow, but also find a peace that transcends what we once thought possible. When you decide to let go, something magical happens. It's as if the universe starts conspiring in your favor. The right people begin to appear. Opportunities that once seemed unreachable are now within your grasp. And most importantly, you start to feel at peace with yourself. This is the true spiritual transformation that Jung spoke about, a return to your authenticity and your essence. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means gaining something far more valuable yourself. As you move forward, the initial resistance you felt begins to transform into clarity. That same relationship that once seemed essential now looks different, almost as if you were observing it from the outside. This happens because the act of letting go not only releases the other person but also unlocks parts of yourself that were trapped. It's as if your energy, creativity, and ability to dream come back to life. Jung said that true fulfillment isn't found in external things, but in internal work, and letting go is precisely that internal work. No matter how much you try to change someone else, true transformation happens when you decide to change, when you choose to let go. This process won't always be linear. There will be days when you feel strong and confident, and others when you doubt your decision. But those doubts aren't an obstacle. They are part of the journey. Jung taught that personal growth always involves facing the unknown, and it's in that exploration where magic happens. By letting go, you realize something fundamental. Peace isn't something someone else can give you. Peace is a choice, a state of being that comes from accepting things as they are and trusting that the universe always has a greater plan for you. Jung called this synchronicity, the phenomenon where things seem to align perfectly. You may wonder, how do I know if I really need to let someone go? The answer isn't in logic, but in your intuition, that inner voice that sometimes whispers. Jung believed our intuition is one of the most powerful channels for communicating with our unconscious. If you feel that something no longer fits or flows, that's your intuition speaking to you. It's not enough just to listen, you must act. Letting go is the greatest act of courage you can take. It's telling the universe, I trust that what's coming will be better than what I'm leaving behind. An interesting phenomenon Jung explored was how our energy changes after letting go. It's as if the chains that kept us bound break, allowing us to move forward into new experiences, relationships, and opportunities. By freeing someone, you also free yourself. And in that space of freedom, you begin to reconnect with parts of yourself that you had forgotten. Think about this for a moment. How many times have you shaped your behavior or identity to fit into a relationship? Jung would say that every time we do that, we move further away from our authenticity, and that disconnection takes a toll in the form of dissatisfaction, stress, or even illness. Letting go is not about abandoning or giving up. It is an act of self-love. It is recognizing that to be whole, you do not need anyone else to fill the voids within you. It is granting yourself permission to be who you truly are without seeking approval. And when you do, something beautiful happens. You begin to attract people and experiences that align with your true essence. The universe has a curious way of rewarding those who dare to let go. The signs will be there: an unexpected opportunity, a friendship that arises out of nowhere, or a moment of peace that completely fills you. When you finally let go, a constant weight and tension start to fade. In its place, a sense of lightness emerges, as if you can finally take a deep breath. Jung described this transformation as a reconnection with your true essence, a return to the state of balance that we all carry within us. It is crucial to understand that this process is not about forgetting someone. Letting go means honoring what that person represented for you, being grateful for the lessons they left behind, and then allowing that connection to transform. The true power of letting go does not lie in what you release, but in what you do with the space that remains. The emptiness we fear so much is actually a blank canvas, an opportunity to rediscover who we are. To seize it, we must be willing to look within, to explore the shadows that Jung considered essential for personal growth. Letting go is not just an external act, but also a means of internal healing. When you stop resisting, the natural flow of things begins to guide you toward what you truly need. Jung called it synchronicity, those moments when everything seems to align perfectly, as if the universe were guiding you. This process leads you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your place in the world. You no longer feel trapped in repetitive patterns or relationships that drain you. Now you have the freedom to choose from a place of self-love and authenticity. As you move forward, you begin to notice how your energy shifts. That constant feeling of exhaustion starts to fade. In its place, a new vitality arises. Jung spoke of how our psychic energy redistributes when we stop investing in things that are not aligned with our truth. By letting go, you release that energy and what once seemed impossible dreaming, creating, feeling fulfilled, now begins to flow naturally. This is a spiritual transformation that affects every aspect of your life. At this point, many people experience something Jung described as the integration of shadows. By releasing what no longer serves you, you start to see with greater clarity those parts of yourself that had remained hidden. And instead of judging them, you accept them, because accepting your shadows is an act of self-love. Jung taught us that shadows do not disappear simply because you ignore them. In fact, the more you repress them, the more power they have over you. But when you decide to face them, integrate them, and learn from them, you become a more complete person. You no longer need to seek validation outside yourself because you have found an inner peace that no one can take away from you. This process not only transforms your relationship with yourself, but also with others. When you choose to let go, you break the patterns that kept you trapped. And in doing so, you begin to attract relationships that truly resonate with you, people who not only accept your authenticity, but celebrate it. It is important to remember that letting go does not mean closing your heart. On the contrary, it means loving from a more authentic place, without expectations or attachments that limit you. Jung said that true love can only flourish when both people are in touch with their own essence. And by letting go, you give yourself the opportunity to reach that level of connection. The universe, as Jung explained, is in constant dialogue with us. Synchronicities, those moments when everything seems to align, are a sign that you are on the right path. And when you release what no longer serves you, you open the door for these synchronicities to occur more frequently. The relationships that truly matter do not make you feel less. They inspire you to be more yourself and to grow. When you choose to let go, you open the door for these true connections to enter your life. The process of letting go confronts us with the power of self-acceptance. We may be attached to someone because we believe that without them, we are not enough, but Jung taught us that everything we seek outside is already within us. When you let go, you give yourself the greatest gift, the opportunity to discover that you are whole just as you are. This is the gift Carl Jung wanted us all to discover, the ability to live a life in alignment with our truth, free from the chains of attachments that limit us. What are you ready to let go of? What could you gain if you dared to free yourself from what no longer serves you? This is your moment to step into your authenticity, to trust the process, and to allow the universe to guide you toward what you truly need. Remember, the act of letting go is not an end, it is a new beginning. It is a declaration that your peace, your authenticity, and your purpose are more important than any attachment. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we can create a community where personal growth, emotional healing, and self-discovery take center stage. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for being part of this journey.